Dos Santos out for the opening kick. And here we go from Chicago. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Hurts comes out throwing. That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
1st and 10 from the 41. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's got Devontae Smith. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down. No motion Brown right. 1st down throwing for Hurts. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down. Hurts throwing again. Completed left side to Smith. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of the defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Hurts now from the gun. This one's caught. And he's to the 5 before going out of bounds. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
This drive has been excellent. A few shots now. It's starting with 6 as they come up on it. 1st and goal. Shotgun snap for Hurts. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. Well, you couldn't ask for a better start to a game than that. The offense taking it all the way down the field and finishing with 6.
These opening drives, Kate, are such tone setters. It is why every offense loves to script their first 15 plays, right? Everybody knows what's coming. Allows you during the practice week to get into rhythm, but even better when you're that sharp, that crisp, and you finish off and get the early lead.
Point after added on by Elliott. And the Eagles will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And in the end, Brock, an exciting touchback as the return comes out to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Roll. 60 by 6. Ready.
Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
2nd and 3 now.
60 Maverick. Panther 60. Panther. Here we go. Shot.
Working from the gun, Williams. Escapes the pocket. Down the run right, throwing deep. His first throw is an interception. Darius Slay has it. And the Eagles get it back as he intercepts him for the 2nd time this game.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he baited obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It would make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion. I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
And they can go ahead and stay in that huddle. We're at the end of the 1st quarter. 7-0 is our score. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Eagles have the football. They have it 2nd down, well inside of field goal range. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect. And all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Now Hurts. He's got Smith. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Barkley will not challenge for the end zone. He loses a bunch here.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes.
And he scores. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles pull out in front further, 13-zip. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
That one right down the middle. And the Eagles double their lead to 14. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go.
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Ready? Panther 11. Panther 11.
Now here's Williams. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles stretch their lead to 21. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Tyler Scott now to return it. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
60 Bobcat. Ready.
After the pick, here's Williams. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Williams throwing again here on 2nd down. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And 2 yards is all he's going to get before he's caught. That's Nolan Smith there for the stop.
Mustang 19.
3rd down, here's Williams. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
And they got home, sacked him on 4th down. We've got a turnover on downs, and the defense takes over in plus territory.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, there's a chance of having too much confidence offensively? That's not a spot you want to see a team going for it on 4th down. And now it puts their defense right on the hook to try and pick them up after that miscue on 4th.
So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Soldier Field. The Eagles looking for a bigger lead before the break. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Hurts to throw. That's into the hands of Barkley. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Jalen Johnson with the stop.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
On 4th down, Hurts. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. That is Kyler Gordon. He's at the 30. Gets the 10. And he makes the Hefco. It's a touchdown on the pick six. You get a pick six. You get a pick six. These defenses, Brock, wow, they have competed. Seeing who ends up with the best highlight of the game, huh?
A highlight? You're going to call a pick six and multiple? Highlight, Kate?
No, even if it's your defense doing it, come on, B-Rock.
No highlight for a quarterback.
Extra point is good by Santos. And the Bears get it back to a 14-point game. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. On the return, Britton Covey. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Just 35 seconds to go in the half as they are ready to begin their drive. Hurts back to the air after the pick. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
Speaks to this guy's talent as just an all-around difference maker, playmaker. We see him line up as a receiver, and we don't even bat an eye, Kate. And we don't really bat an eye when he makes that kind of play either. This guy's just different, built for the moment.
Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Here's Hurts. This has been a trend, yet another interception. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears get the football back with minimal time to go in our half.
Well, obviously not the cleanest game with now 2 interceptions, but here's the key. This is where mental toughness for a quarterback becomes so critical. And frankly, why some of the best QBs playing today have baseball in their background, because you flush your mistakes. Okay, you strike out, you throw an interception, but you got to go get it in that next series. Got to put these in.
Williams to throw on first. That is incomplete. Down to 13 seconds left. Was hoping to get that one to Keenan Allen. So that brings up second down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call.
Here we go, here we go.
Williams from the gun. That's complete. Cole Kmet. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it.
Okay, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. Without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
First down, Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. On the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
One final shot before halftime. Completed here to Kmet. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Scott now to return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. First and 10 now from the 30.
Set up. 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
Out of the gun, here's Williams. Kmet brings it in. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Working quickly here. 2nd and 1. That throw finds Komet. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. First down throw by Williams. Short pass brought in. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory. Offense up to the line fast. Sticking in the air, it's Williams. And it looks great flying through the air, Brock, but problems on the business end as it falls to the ground. Third down coming up.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Williams to throw on third. Complete beyond the marker. Racing down the left side. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
I think every quarterback around the world would agree, Kate. You love throwing a short pass to a tight end and then give that guy a chance to show off his speed in the open field. Yeah, runs defense to make it a much bigger gain.
So after that big play, Brock, they need just that final yard here on first and goal.
Let's go now.
From the red zone now. He's on the move. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And they're going to have to regroup after this one.
You know what I call that, Kate? Punch, and you took a punch, but then you countered right back. You give up a big play, massive play, but you don't hang your head. You come right back, you get a sack of your own, and you change the momentum as quickly as you can.
Another chance to get that lone yard. Here's second and goal.
Here we go, set.
Swift. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Bears cut into the lead coming out of halftime. DeAndre Swift, the touchdown. All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
Santos now for the extra point. The point after splits the upright. And the Bears chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Covey now to return this. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. That's caught by A.J. Brown. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Well, the odds aren't great when you throw into double coverage. Normally you see one of the defenders make a play on the ball. 2 men nearby, and that's a missed opportunity for the coverage to make an impact play.
Man in motion out of the slot. From the 36. Has a man, it's Brown. And they're going to bring him down just on the other side of midfield. 16 yards on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down. Hurts now from the gun. That pass complete to Goddard. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. Hurts throwing again. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. So we're through 3 here. It's Eagles football trying to carry this lead across the finish line. All set up for an insurance score here. It's first and goal. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. It's second and goal. A close game is going to stay close, Brock, so long as plays like that are being made in big situations.
Yeah, in these tight games, you got to have your defense making plays just like that in the red zone. Here we got a defender in particular coming through with a big hit to keep points off the board. You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is that completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers that time, a running back in the flat.
Buckle up, it's third and goal. Back to throw it. And he has it in the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles double their lead to 14. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. They've got first down from the 31.
18, pioneer. Let's go. Go.
Working from the gun, Williams. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
Ready. It's second down and 10. Come, 19. Come, ready. Ready.
Now they'll throw out of the gun. Why not go back to it again if it's working? Complete. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Shotgun now on third down. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Dragon 60.
Desperation time here on fourth. They connect for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Williams to throw on first. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down.
60 Bobcat. Ready. 79 Bronco.
Williams from the gun. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. To throw is Williams. Connection made to the rookie from Washington. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks. It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Bears losing by 14. Fourth and 3, drive on the line.
Go! Seven Pirates! Hut, hut.
Now Williams. And it falls incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Taking the deep shot there on 1st down. Okay, no luck connecting. It's incomplete.
Oh, that's a major missed opportunity right there. Coverage can breathe a little sigh of relief. They dodged a bullet. Time to adjust and get some extra help on the back end to take away those open shots downfield.
And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
Okay, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Goddard makes the catch. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Wow, they're going to pass it here. He intercepts it. That is exactly what they needed. Tyreek Stevenson has it. And the Bears will get possession up towards midfield as they take the interception up beyond the 40.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block, and then for those offensive players to show the effort.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
No one picks him up, and he reminded everyone in the building why that's a major mistake. The linebacker's athleticism on full display. A sack in under 2 seconds? That's a select group of players on the planet who could...
And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. Keely Ringo picks it off. And the Eagles bring the interception back beyond the 40 before the tackle is made. Well, no doubt there was some doom and gloom on the sideline following their interception, right? But a little bit of new life now as their defense picks them up, gets it right back for them.
Hey, I am all for a nice little game of one-upmanship between these two defenses. You picked our guy off, fine. We'll answer right away. See how you follow that up.
Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. He throws it, brought in inside the 20. He does it, touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles make it a 3-score game in the 4th. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown, his 2nd scoring catch of the game. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This taken from the 12. And he's brought down, Brock, and that brings this ball game to a close. So the Eagles will fly out of here with a road win. Well, partner, we spoke earlier about how much of a factor this home crowd was going to be. But even with the added boost from the friendly confines, couldn't will them to the victory.
Yeah, sometimes it just isn't your game. You're never going to win them all, even at home. But what's important now is learning from this defeat, hitting the film room, hitting the weights, making sure this doesn't happen again. Don't let this loss beat you twice.